Hey everybody, this is part 2 of Gingerbread Dreams Junk Journal folio. Part 1, I showed you how to fold all the pages and talked about how you could add your pockets and so forth. This one, I pre-prepped my pockets for the pages and we're going to glue them together and talk about different ways you can add other decorating while we're at it. You will note that unless you can come up with more creative ways than me, I have leftover pockets. Not these. These I'll be putting in other areas. Those are just going to be worked on here in a minute. But I do have leftover pockets. I may use in another video. I may not. So these are going to be set to the side. This is with Paper Craft Studio. So tonight, since I've already pre-done all the cutting, everything, I'll be using some liquid glue, my bundle of clips. I will also be using my heavy duty hole punch because after I get all these glued, if they set quick enough, we will go ahead and punch them and finish this, the journal before we go into more decorating. I will also at a later point, even though I'm going to make these tonight, I will not add them tonight. And these are envelopes. And I will later also get the Velcro for them. Let me get one thing I forgot to grab. I will want to use my bone folder for making the envelopes. So even though I'm not using them tonight, I wanted to go ahead and show you how to do the envelopes. So let's start with this one. This is what I'm calling the top right here. I'm going to fold the bottom to the pink line. And then I'm going to take my bone creaser to it. And I'm working off a silicone mat that still needs cleaning. And I'm going to fold each side. I do have scissors nearby if I need to trim, because sometimes my folds get off and trimming is needed. We'll see here in a second. So I put the two sides in and then I fold up. So you can see right there I do have to trim a little on this one. Let me grab my scissors. Or one of my sets of scissors. I have multiple styles. And these I used in the last video also. I'm just going to trim that little bit that is too long there. I'm going to go off video so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. And now you can see it has a lot better folds. These are the easiest parts to do. Let me get this locked and sealed. Because those are sharp. If I even poke myself with them, I'll end up hurting myself. So let me grab a couple of my smaller clips because I still have not got all my big clips back over here yet. I should have, but I haven't. So I'm pulling out a couple of styles of clips for these two real quick. Alright, so for this particular envelope, I'm hoping it's not too cold right now, because at the time of the video it is cold, and I am having certain glues don't work as well in cold climates. So I just did small lines and I'm pressing down the top. I'm going to let it pop up a little so it does, I make sure it didn't seal. So with this one I'm just using my clips. I think I got these at Dollar Tree, I'm not positive. I got some from Walmart that's a different color. And set that to the side. I will fold the top at a later time. I've learned if I do it too early, I sometimes mess it up, so I've stopped. This one, again, you're just going to do the folds. I'm going to fold on the side first on this one. And then I'll fold up the bottom afterwards. And then press down. And get a good, I like getting a good crease. You don't have to. You can, depending on your scissors, you can also use the back of your scissors and other items like that. And then I have that folded to where I want it, so I'm going to crease there. So as you see these go past here, instead of gluing up this, I'm going to glue on these sides, on the bottom instead. And I may do a little wavy line to get a little more glue on it. We'll see if that works or not. And just fold that up. Now this one I have some small clips here where I'm just going to clip them and glue. Now my third video, when I decorate completely, you'll see where these are going to go. But I wanted to show you how these worked. And like, you just fold the top line down, put some Velcro, and these will be done. So, as in my first video, I told you it was all about your personal style and decorating. So, I have all my papers here bundled up. You know, like I said, I didn't use everything. I did use a lot. You could also run ribbons down here. There's so many things you can do. But like I was thinking, maybe running a ribbon later. We may see or may not. But right now I just have the folders. And they're all here. I forgot I was wanting my tape runner for one of these. Let me turn around and grab it. Okay. Let's start with this one since I am going to use the tape runner. These are folded pages. I don't have any of these in order right now. I can tell you that now. And then I have a single one there. Where did I put my extras? I'm wondering something. There they are. So that only has a single one. I am wondering if that on top. No, I don't like that. Do I maybe like that? So you can see how you can stack and so forth. What I think I'm going to do, maybe put that one up there. Or even glue one of those envelopes down later. We'll see. But I'm going to leave it like it is because I'm not positive. I can always add and adjust later. But right now we're going to do that. So, I'm going to work on this one first because I want to do this page first. You can, we're making, they all are the same. You're going to fold on the pinks. And you can decide after you cut the first page, top page, which variation you want. It really does not matter. I have mine like that. Let's get these folded. These are going to make pockets. Oh, not pockets. These are going to make pages. And I may come back and add more to them. These may just be decor. They may, I'm wondering if I can add one of those pockets that are smaller behind these. I'll have to wait and see till after I get them set. I didn't think about that when I did my layout. So I'm trying to fold this to my best of my ability on that line. Sometimes you'll get slightly off. Okay. I'm just doing the best of my ability, like I said. It's not going to be perfect. But that's okay. So, you have an option. You can put this one at the bottom and glue on top of it. Or you can glue them all inside it and make that the one you glue on the bottom, which is what I am going to do. And then I think I am going to actually come back with, that one's a little too, all I have to do is round the edge, and that one, if I'm very careful, will decorate that top. As you can see, I can add maybe that on that page, or you can see what I'm saying. Or you can even do them as sideways if you want to on these and make it more decorating, which we may do in a minute. Let's get these done first. This will probably be when I do more decor, which is going to be my third video, this one. So for this one, I'm going to glue all these together first, so they're stacked on top of each other before I glue it down on the page. Then we will clamp the other side down. because a lot of this is just waiting. Unfortunately, you're going to have to glue drying. Process time. Oops. The one bad side is about sometimes using your glue is going off. I'm just going to push that up right there and fold them down together. That's not perfect, but that's okay. Let's do the next one. I'm going to do off screen, make it a little easier. I do need to get a better work table. I know that, but oh well. Page 2, press down. Let's do page 3, and then I'll show you how we add it onto here. Or I should say this is technically page 4, but however you want to look at, if I put it on correctly. I was off screen too on that for y'all, I'm sorry. And you just push in again, and those are all now lined up together. Now, as you can tell, they're not perfect, which is okay. So first thing first, this one I need to take a second. There's my seam side. There's my pocket open side. As in the first video, I did opening, so I want to make sure I'm working off the seam side. Now, do I want to go all the way over here and leave that there, maybe about right there in the middle? Because remember, we're also hole punching these. But I am going all the way over to the edge and leaving that open. I may even add a little decor there or not. We will see. But the reason why I'm doing that is I really don't want to hole punch these. All I'm doing now, let me push this a little higher. Have this on the side right now. Taking my tape runner and not pressing quite as hard down there and getting it on there. Closing my tape runner. So again, we established this is the side I'm hole punching, this is not. So I double question myself if I want to. Yeah, I definitely want to put it on this side, and that's the non-hole punch side, so that's definitely where it's going to have to go. I'm going to put it right there. And later I'll probably come and put something here to help fill the gaps after a hole punch. Okay, there we go on that one. Now we're going to flip over. And this is where our clips are going to start coming in use. So I'm just going to start grabbing some and throwing them over here. I'm using whatever sizes my hands find. I'm not going to dig through and find specific sizes. So the B is the top. I'll do the two sides and the bottom. And this is how we create all the pockets. And then I will show you how we're going to hole punch everything. Ring it together. And the third video is what I'm going to be calling my extreme decor. It's going to be blinging all this out. The sides for notes and pictures. Those will be off done later. I think I'm putting this one on the edge also and leave that little gap there. And I may run something there later. Alright. The whole reason we have these clips is to give that glue some time to set. I think that'll be okay. I want to do one more on that corner. Okay, here's one page done. I'm going to carefully set this to the side. I have a whole pile of stuff going on. You know how things go when you're getting ready for holidays. You just unclip and do your decoring how you want. Basically, it's just going to be a lot of gluing right now. And unfortunately, I'm going to grab just glue your pockets how you like to. Some like to do thicker lines. I like my thinner lines. Line them up how you want. Now, unfortunately, these will have holes punched in them, but that is okay. So I'm doing this double-sided. I'm not going to clip yet because this other one's going to lay right here on this side before we do anything else. So I'm going to just run it, it's like I said, thin line on each side. And put down. Now this makes it easy because I don't have to use more clips to hold these together by having multiple of them on the same side. I get to clip quicker. Now this one I am using my bigger clips up pretty much on that I pulled out. That's okay. And let's grab one more and clip right there. Alright, so see how this is all clipped? This is done. And we are literally going to pull some more clips out. So I have plenty laying out here. We'll see what I use and don't use. I can always put them up. But when I'm doing multiple things, glues at once, it will do that. So let's do the back cover. I have my piece I picked for it. And I'm going to get it glued on. And this is a side to side and bottom on this one. Now on this particular one I am doing, I have not inked it. Going forward, I may or may not ink some of the same design, but right now I chose not to ink. So, I'm just going to put that down. And I'm just going to clip it in a couple spots so it can have, because you can see I already got off a little here. I want to see if I can adjust it down a little. If not, that's fine too. Oh well. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I'm going to let it go. Since I pulled it up, I may have to go back and glue again. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to continue double checking the pockets on each side and gluing as quick as I can so we can get the hole punching and the basic journal done. So, reason why I am decorating this one so much and talking about how to decorate it is because even though it's a gingerbread house, every year we decorate up really good for Christmas. And this kind of makes me think of it. And something I thought about doing is running a ribbon across, just glue on each corner, and make another variation of pocket. And I may do that in a future design, but not this one. Okay. And who knows, I may come back and run some ribbon around one of these things here, because I could still do diagonal ribbon right there if I wanted to, kind of thing. So when you think about gingerbread houses, you always think about the decor. And so that is one reason it makes me think of what we love doing is decorating up for Christmas. Now, I'll be honest, the last few years with me doing my business, we have not done as much decor. But maybe I'll get back to it, maybe I won't. Alright, so here's one of the small ones. I'm just doing a single thing on each side. And again, we'll glue both sides and then clamp it down. I would love for y'all dropping in comments one of your Christmas memories y'all love thinking about every year. Or something that is a tradition that y'all keep doing every year would be neat to read as well. I do know one thing I have not done yet this year, and I got to figure it out quickly. I have one more stocking I need to buy. Even though I call it the wall of stockings, because once we get all of our stockings up, we will literally have a wall full. My newest puppy does not have his own stocking yet. And I'll be honest, I am one of those that do collect stockings. So, but also something funny is when you get stockings, sometimes I am careful with those as well, because some people, me at times, do not handle glitter well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And so I'm very careful with that. So when you see me doing projects, I may mention where glitter will look great on it, or even the diamond dust. But you will never see me use it. Now, if you've ever met me at a show during the holiday season time, you probably have been asked if you want a glittered Christmas gift bag or not. And they're just organza bags I use for my booth when I put my jewelry in it that sell. Because the paper will not go in it. And I found some cute Christmas ones. Didn't think much of it. Bought them. And they are glittered. So my booth gets glitter every year, even though I don't have put out things with glitter in it. So again, one thing I always check to see which side where the holes are going to be. Just so I will remember, I'm doing gingerbread on both sides of this one. I thought it was neat. And so, even in my booth, I decorate for Christmas. This year it was all blue theme. I did add some whites and I did add a little bit of red to counteract a couple spots where it needed something besides blue. But everything overall was planned with the theme of blue. I had some table runners that was dark blue, had light blue, white, and then it added an accent of gold snowflakes on it. My Christmas tree actually had white dusting on it. I know it has a proper name that I don't know off the top of my head. And originally it had a really pretty angel that would not stay on top, so I ended up buying, and I did not know it, a star that was silver that had glitter. So that is where one of the glitter pieces unfortunately came in my booth, because I did not watch closely when I bought something. And then I had blue and silver garland around my booth. And then I pulled ornaments out from last year, a blue and white stocking, a blue nativity scene cross, last year I was all for glitter. This year I wasn't. Some glitter items that fit perfect in one of my black displays. So, I just like decorating as well. So let me go ahead and glue this one down. As you notice, not all these go to the edge, and so I'm putting them in the center. And I am watching where the edge is and where the top is. Another Christmas thing that we do is we also get our dogs Christmas gifts. I haven't done them yet this year. I literally am saving to go into the pet store to last minute because everything's been so crazy. I'm literally torn on which pet store I want to go to, because there are 3 different options near us. I wish there was a boutique style one where I could get some more cute things, but they're what they are. And then if I'm buying my pup, he always gets 2 of everything because he does a lot of traveling with us. So he gets 2 matching of certain things. So if it's one of the things I throw in the car, he is familiar with it. And if you can hear that scratching right now, that's him. I did not realize how many allergies a dog could have till I got him. He is allergic to chicken and grass. So this has been very interesting with him. Alright, I'm putting up my glue because I have everything glued. And now I'm going to show you how to do the hole punching and binding. So, there's multiple different heavy duty hole punches. This is my go-to. It's We Are Memory Keeper. It's the one I bought because I wanted a heavy duty one that did eyelets as well as hole punch. So let me clean up all these clips I don't need. And then we'll go from there. I will hole punch each page individually. But before I do, it comes with this hole punch guide that I told you we'd be using. I am just literally hole punching in the middle of each one, because that is going to be my hole punch guide going forward. So that is the first easy one. So I'm going to pull the first one I did. So the one thing is I gave it enough time to set. I wasn't pulling hard enough. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure I know which one is my edge end and which one's the end I'm hole punching. So this is the one I'm hole punching. I am putting the bottom of the guide all the way to the bottom. You'll see that top one barely fits, and I'm not going to hole punch it unless I have no other choice. I am going to take one of my thin, small clips and clip it down and push those down so they're out of the way of my hole punch. And I'm just going to carefully line it up and hole punch down. I'm just going to keep doing this through all the different hole punches, and then we will build the notebook. The notebook, the journal. So there's one. Let me pull a couple of the pages over here. I'm trying to make sure I pull the ones I did early first, because they have had the time to set. Okay, again, we have our opening on the side. We have our guide. I'll put my holes. This one's a little thicker, so it's going to take a minute to get those smaller clips on. And we'll see if I have to come back, unfortunately, and line up hole punches and punch that top spot or not. I do not think we will, but I will find out for sure. So we just line up again and hole punch. Okay. And we're going to complete this through every single one. It's going to be a little time consuming, so I'm trying to think what to talk about. I am not always the best talker. As several people can say, I like to sit and listen. I have plenty of friends that will happily agree to that. And let them talk. So, you don't have to have this. You just need a hole punch that can go through thick cards, multiple pages of thick cardstock. Is all you really have to have. Alright, that one's done. So we have a few pages done so far. And I'm setting them to the side. Now I'm flipping my pile over here upside down. So the last one I glued's on the bottom now instead of the top. So we are gluing the back Christmas tree. As you'll notice, the guide literally lines up from top to bottom on it. And I'm just going to do the same thing I've done every time. Make sure my guide is held. Because one of the times I previously made this out of, so I could have it kind of, you know, what I'm doing kind of designs. And I did a completely different design on this one. The guide itself moved on me as I was trying to hole punch. So I had fun making sure everything lined up correctly. There we go. That is one reason I've added the clips as I am doing the guide. And I would wish I could speed this up for y'all. But unfortunately, this part is the slowest part. And I'd rather y'all see me do each page than miss on it. Okay, let's get that pressed down there. And there. Okay. Alright, let's line that one up first. Nope. Okay, go up a little higher to make that a little easier. Alright, let's see if that fits. Okay, there we go. And this is why we do also, we don't punch the holes before we do our my brain went the pockets, because we need to make sure we line up everything, because we're punching through the pockets also at this point. And so, you know, that's one reason it works better to do all the lining up first, gluing all that first. And if you want to, you can also do all the decor before you punch, depending on how you want to do your decor. I'm choosing to punch first and then do the decor. And if I need to, I can always go around the rings with the decor. Because I planned something you'll see in the next video. I have found some cute gingerbread ribbon, and I plan to add them to the rings that we're going to be working with. Okay, we have 2 pages left, and then we can get this on the rings and call this one a completion till part 3, when I completely decorate everything else. Is there anything particular y'all are interested in seeing from me in the future? I'd love to know that as well. And any style of decor y'all might be interested in seeing. Even though I have my ideas for this one, does not mean I can't film another one and show you how to do the decor ideas y'all would like to see as well. So please drop those in comment as well. And when I started this video, I don't remember if I actually said I am Christi with Christi Creations, and a mixed media artist. Which I actually started out with chainmail. And moving back to... but when I was growing up, I did all sorts of crafts. And now I'm moving back to all sorts of crafting. So it's just me going back to my roots instead of doing a specific genre. Is basically all this is. Let's get these last 2 holes punched. And then we can line these up and get them on our notebook. Okay, so sometimes the holes will not be perfect, so I will line each page up individually. And as you can see, there's a pile of little hole punches on my table. So this particular hole punch I have does not have a bottom. So I do stop and clean up occasionally, which is what I'm doing right this second. Okay. So we have all of our pages. Here's our front, our back. Now we need to decide what we want to, how we want to arrange our page layout. I think I want to do that like those two together. Then I want to put this one in front of that. Then we'll do it this way with these three. Then the back. Then the front. Okay. So, I am opening one ring at a time. And I'm just taking the front, running, middle, the next page, and just going to run through them all and then close the bottom ring. Do the middle ring and then the top ring. It might be easier to pick them up and do them all at once, yes, but I want to make sure I get them all on correctly. Okay, there we go. I am using 1.5 inch rings for this project. I don't remember if I said that earlier. They're not really happy opening with me. So now I'm going to see how many I can run through without having to, I'm already having to, there we go. Got a couple there. This is why I like using the clips as a guide, because it makes them easier to hold in the same spot. There we go. I may be off screen on that one, I apologize. We have one more, and then this basic is done. And then next one's all about the blinging out. And we're only grabbing a couple of these pages, so I'm just doing it real quickly. This adding, decorating the tags up a little with some ribbons and things I plan to show y'all. So watch y'all for the next decor video, which will be our next coming up video. I want to thank y'all for watching step 2. And from here, you really could go on your own, or you can watch again for more ideas. Please like, subscribe, and I love to read your comments. And I want to thank y'all for joining me. I will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.